Hi, I'm Dr. Josh Lang. I'm excited to respond to the audition, call for audition. I'll try and keep this short. The question that I'm trying to pose for the Digital Badge Conference, and by the way, it's an honor to be invited for a second time. Hopefully, this time I can come in person and meet everybody in person. I know it's a thriving and growing community and a lot of great products and services out there already. The question I have is about informal learning and peer-to-peer. So what I want to pose is whether you can have a digital badge system for informal learning without a peer-to-peer decentralized blockchain or a public blockchain. Um, all the badge systems that I know of are except Get Smart Token, which is the first tokenized digital badge system, and it's on a public blockchain. Developed by me and under the license to use by the nonprofit Digital Financial Aid Corporation. But what it does is it does provide tokenized badges, which is a very cool way to turn badges into scholarships and micro scholarships, but it's on a decentralized public blockchain. And that means, and on our user interface, basically any user from 9 to 99 could create a digital badge or any and earn a digital badge. It's the difference is huge when you think about peer-to-peer systems. So when I look at a couple examples, I'll show you a couple of examples here. And here you have openbadges.org, and they're not really open badges because even though maybe the standard is open source, in order to implement or install one of these things, you have to be basically an institution or people with money. Then you have to also pay this third party, which I'm sure you're familiar with, and they might be even sponsoring your digital badges. Wanted tech to become an issuer. There's a certification process. I'm sure with open badges, there's some kind of trademark or patent. Somebody owns that. So who knows? What if these things fall apart or they don't work? So first of all, if you talk about informal education, that can't be done because there has to be a certifying party, a certified issuer. You know, I've heard open recognition as one thing, but again, open recognition has some certain type of quality standard that must be recognized by a third party. Not only does the institutional a monopolize the digital badges through this, but in addition, they own it. They own your badges. And so it's only through the public blockchain, like an Ethereum or other blockchain, that you can actually own your own data. You can own your own digital badges. And so you have the ownership, first of all, and then you have the issuance. And so centralized issuance is also happening when they talk about EU European pass. So where I'm based at in Europe, you have here I'm showing on the screen the micro credentials and the Euro pass. So it's supposed to be really good and overcome a lot of the problems that people have with digital credentials. And I think it's going to give the private operators like OneEdTech a run for their money and open badges. But again, what you have is a centralized government entity controlling the flow of digital badges and credentials and qualifications. For example, you could have, let's say, a plumber who has an apprentice. That a plumber wants to give his apprentice some recognition for taking that program. What would that plumber have to do, that independent provider? Or let's say a Christian organization or a church or something like this. Are these people going to go through this process of actually creating an institutional key and institutional credentials to go through this. No, because it's a long process. It requires a lot of information and then technical ability, which you usually have to pay for if you're not a technologist yourself. And so basically, there is no way to do a peer-to-peer digital credential system because one, the badges are all institutionally mediated and also institutionally owned. So people actually don't even own their credentials through all these systems. And I think our system, which is a nonprofit organization providing peer-to-peer digital badges, provides that. And there is a new standard for peer-to-peer, and it must be, I would argue, on a peer-to-peer system, cannot be on an centralized server or a permission system. So that's what I'd like to discuss and hopefully kick off a good debate and a good system about that, because from what I've seen, nobody actually has solved this problem. And we'd like to look at how 90% of education, which is informal, can be qualified and that people can start getting recognition for the learning that they're doing, whether it's in an independent school or homeschool or workforce development in some kind of non-institutional setting, non-institutionally mediated setting. So thank you very much for your time. And I look forward to meeting you and seeing you in Colorado or elsewhere. Thank you very much.